Alrighty. Let's take a look here. Looks like I have everything about set up. Hope you guys are doing alright today. Alright. Looks like I'm all set up here. So, we're back for another Jurassic World Wednesday. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some more Jurassic difficulty challenge mode. I put out a poll earlier today, seeing what map people wanted to see, and people voted for the Germany map. So, we're going to be doing Jurassic difficulty Germany. This map is actually not very difficult. I won't lie. So now I will not be getting a 1 hour and 19-minute completion time. I can tell you that now. I did that time as a joke. I believe my fastest completion time was like 3 or 4 hours or something like that. Might have been a little bit more. But you can complete this map extremely quickly. So we're gonna jump right in, and I'll show you guys how to complete this map fairly quickly. And we'll do it completely live. I feel like I might have done this one live before, but we'll do it again.
This park should present a real challenge, but not how you might be tempted to.
Alright. So, we paused time, which is the way to go about this here. So, this park, you can only use herbivores, but there's a caveat to that. And that caveat is that you can actually use aquatics. And that ends up being really important here because you can pretty much cheese this entire playthrough using just the Mosasaurus, basically. You're going to use a few sauropods and other herbivores in order to get your species requirement up. And then from there, you're basically just going to use a bunch of Mosasaurus. So, first things first here, we're obviously going to have to get our park set up. So, I don't mind keeping the park the way it is right here. We're going to go ahead. This one, I believe you actually have to get, I think you might have to get it to 100% genome in order for you to be able to release the dinosaurs. So we're going to need an expedition center. We're going to need a research center. Or a science center, I guess. So let's get that made. Let's get this expedition center made. So we have both of those. Then we'll bring this over here. Throw that right about there. Luckily, with time paused, you can do all this without any of it counting towards your time whatsoever. So, just kind of getting the park basically set up here the best we can. So we're going to run this across here. There we go. We got a basic enclosure set up. That'll be for the Struthiomimus. And let's get these paths connected. And then we can unpause the game. We're also going to need a backup generator temporarily. There we go. Alright, so Get everything going here. Technically, for our time, we're at 0 minutes so far. Alright, Science Center's ready to go. So, first things first, with science, we pretty much always prioritize this. We need to get a small power station. So, we have one logistics specialist, apparently. So, let's get them doing that. The sooner you can get power, the better off you'll be. Because using these backup generators will end up murdering you eventually. And then let's double check here. Yeah, so you need 100% genome with the dinosaurs in order to put them out on this map. So it just takes slightly longer in order to actually get them, but it's not a huge deal. Now let's see here. Are there any other scientists available? Because we have this one logistics person. There's another logistics person, but we don't necessarily need two. Here's a genetics person that actually isn't very expensive. There's a reduced incubation cost. Reduced expedition, yeah, the reduced expedition cost will actually be pretty nice. So, we're gonna hire, this guy. Having reduced expedition costs is really, is gonna be nice, because eventually we are gonna have to spend a large amount of money on expeditions. So, it'll be nice to have him, to reduce those costs. Now, I don't know that he's gonna have enough to be able to do this, but we'll see. Oh, he does. Okay. So we'll send him out for the Struthiomimus. Having him saved us about $12,000 right there, so kind of already paying for himself. Now we can speed up time for a second. So we can get our power researched, and we can get these expeditions to come back. And then once we get to 100% genome for the Struthiomimus, we'll get that put out. We'll need the viewing gallery research so our guests will actually see this. Because otherwise then they won't be able to see the dinosaur and it won't matter. And then, yeah, from there we'll pretty much just have to prioritize getting all of our guest buildings and everything. So, yeah, see, we would have had to hire somebody anyways because we can't even research this viewing gallery yet. So, while we're still working on all this, let's get... We are going to need a staff center. We need 250 guests in there to get these, I believe. We need 50 guests in our park for that, yeah. So, right off the bat, we'll go ahead and get our staff center unlocked. There we go. Obviously, you need your staff center so you can rest your scientists and whatnot. So it is going to be completely necessary to get that. Let's take a look at our fossils here. We can sell those to get us a little bit of money. That'll get us to 100%, but we actually don't have enough genetics. So let's take a look here. Pretty sure we did have a genetics person, yeah. Now that being said, the reduced incubation costs will be nice as well. So let's get the reduced incubation cost. And then let's go ahead and extract these. The staff center has been researched. So from there, I don't think we can Yeah, we can't research that yet. Guest comfort we can't research yet. Let's go ahead and research this one while we build up our staff center. I don't know why I'm clicking on all the wrong ones. Alright, so we got a staff center being made. Which unlocks our staff improvements 1 to be researched.
We want the park to be as new and upgraded as possible. The more buildings, the better. The better the buildings, also the better.
Oh, and then, well, I guess we can run this until it's eventually out of what'd you call it? Gas. All right, so cheaper incubation. There we go. That'll save us just a tad bit of money. And then let's go ahead and start getting the viewing gallery researched. And then in the meantime, we can go ahead and start getting this set up. So they're not really going to need much forest. They need a little bit, but not a ton. Keep all of those. They are going to need ground leaf. So we throw a little down there. Going to throw some water over here. And there we go. It's pretty much all they need. Pretty easy to take care of. Let's go ahead and fast forward for a second. So what time are we at? We're at 6 minutes. Like I said, we're not going to be able to beat my fastest time because that fastest time was using the exploit to be able to just use what you call it, those innovation centers. So we have our Struthia mimus coming out, and now we can also go ahead and build one of these.
I've heard a lot about you.
Pretty much came out at the same exact
here's
time.
a little about me. I'm Isaac Clement, but just call me Isaac. No need for formalities. Besides, in the park, we've got to watch each other's backs. Now, people think we're in the dinosaur game, but the truth is, we're entertainers, and our headliners traveled 65
Hey, Virtual, how you doing
years
today?
to make the show. So let's make it a good one.
All right. Once this is built, we should start getting guests in our park.
Then look at this latest dinosaur, the Struthia mimus, and tell me you don't see a connection. This is one of the more bird-like dinosaurs that we've brought back from extinction. It literally has a beak instead of teeth. It's an herbivore that prefers to move in herds. Overall, a fantastic addition to the park.
All right, so we got Ranger and Capture teams available for research. We're sending out an expedition for these Nasutoceratops fossils. Let's double check that these guys are happy, which I'm pretty sure they probably are. They just need a tad bit more ground leaf. There we go. I'll throw some more because I will be putting more out. Then once we get enough guests in the park, we will be able to research the guest comfort facilities. And then once those are available to research and we get those put in, it'll put us where we need to be.
Let me introduce Dr. Ian Malcolm. He's something of a celebrity among the folks that work in paleocuration. There at the beginning, and always warning of the end.
I mean, I am doing a lot of research.
We'd like to believe that we have some control over our fate, but the truth is, none of us knows what's going to happen in the next second of our existence. We live on the precipice.
Makes things interesting, though, doesn't it?
This new objective appears that it would yield good things. And, I'm rarely wrong.
Alright, so this scientist is going to need rested. Looks like we have... Wow, we got a bunch of stuff. Holy crap. Yeah, that's going to help. A lot of money from that. Our staff is currently busy, but yeah, that just gave us a bunch of money. Let's take a look at our scientists here. Looks like we can get 1 or 2 more things out of each of them. Alright. So now we just need to build these core guest facilities, and then we'll be in the money. So, get a shelter built up here. The hotel doesn't matter as much where it goes. So I'm going to stick it back here just a little bit, off the path just a little bit. And then restroom can fit in there. There we go. And then let's see. I don't think I have the ability to research medium amenities yet. Yeah, I don't have enough guests in my park yet. Yeah, that cheaper expeditions is what we're going to want to get. Cost upgrade, so we would need to do this one. We are gonna need some more scientists here somewhat soon, but that's fine. Guest attractions is one of our challenges. Don't need any of the medicines yet. Enclosures I don't use, except for eventually we will need the. No, we won't even need those. It'll be under this. Yeah, so eventually we'll need the lagoon. Apparently we have a Margosaurus available somewhere. Must be down in, I think it's in South America. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So we're 1.9 million. Let's see if we're actually making any money yet. Yep, we must be, because it's giving us those blue up arrows, so... We're not making a ton of profit, but we're making profit, so. Speed this up for a second. Once this hotel gets made, our profit should jump pretty well. There we go. So now we should be making some decent profit here. Our scientist is almost rested. Alright. So... we already have the power researched. We're not quite there for the guests yet. Let's take a look here. We did one expedition for Ceratops. We need to extract these fossils. Apparently we have another scientist needs rested. I'm going to go ahead and rest this one as well. Just try to be efficient with our time here. I'll have to look back and see what my previous time was. So yeah, we're just kind of in a waiting pattern right now. Oh, wait, we gotta get our power built. Just putting it off just a little bit, just so that way we could get some more money in here, but there we go. Let me just get this connected. There we are. And then once this is built, we can go ahead and we can delete that generator, because we're not going to need that. Alright, our scientists are rested, so now all of our stuff is offline. Hurry up, you! There we go. Alright. And as far as species go, we could unlock the Draco Rex, but that one's not really necessary. Apatosaurus is a good one to use for this park. And we don't get our aquatics until we get to 2 stars. We don't have the we don't have enough staff to be able to do those dig sites. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at our extractions here. Alright, so we are going to need to search again for Nasutoceratops. Okay. And then I don't really think I can do much with my other scientists other than put them to work making some more Struthies. Hey Brian, how's it going? Alright, let's go ahead and create those. That'll bring us in a little bit more money because it'll increase our appeal of our park just a smidge. Just kind of keeps our scientists busy while we're sitting here. Yeah, I am going to need a ranger team and all that. Oh wait, no, I didn't make one. It's funny that when you've played through this game enough times, you actually start to forget like what you have done on this playthrough and what you haven't. Gonna go ahead and connect this path here, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw a fence or a gate. Throw a gate right there on that corner. And then we need to release these. And we're going to put a ranger post in here. Double check that these guys are happy now that we've put more in here, which it looks like they are. I think one of these might have rabies. I think this guy has rabies. I just heard him headbutt the fence, and this park has an increased chance of diseases. So I'm guessing this one Struthy has rabies. Let's go ahead and do I really have insufficient skill for that? Apparently. Okay. So I need more welfare. Yeah, I guess all these people are pretty bad in welfare. Hey, Devidut. Is it Devidut? Not sure how to pronounce that. How you doing? Yeah, none of these people are very good at welfare, actually. I mean, she's got 2. But that is it's not great. Faster incubation could potentially be decent later on. Am I able to research the ability to level up my staff? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then in the meantime, let's see here. Let's get these fossils extracted. So that'll unlock the Nasutoceratops for us. Oops. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah, this one right here is gonna pop up. Yep. Yeah, like I said, this one's probably got rabies, and that's why it's headbutting the fence.
I didn't get where I am without knowing how to designate work to others. Like I'm doing now with this new objective. All yours. I like to think of myself as a behind-the-scenes hero. Money and logistics make the world go round. Especially when we were talking about the park.
Alright, and then let's go ahead and upgrade our staff a little bit here. So, if this person is going to be incubating, they'll need genetics, but more than likely I'll end up using them for welfare as well. So, I'll just wait for them to be finished here. I'll put 1 point into their welfare. I think will be the way to go about this. So we'll put 1 point into her welfare. Raises her to level 2. And then now we can research this, which is going to take all 3 of our scientists. But it is going to be necessary to have that building, especially on this park. But even with upgrading our staff, I mean, yeah, we're still making money here, so Still perfectly fine. And then once we get a chance, we'll have to put out this Ceratops. They might be a little bit of a pain. Just because we're not going to be able to put a ton of Struthies in here. But if we keep the number low... If we keep the number low, we could get away with putting all 3 of these in here. Because really what you need to do on this map is get your base number of species and then basically exploit the amount of appeal that these aquatics give you, and you'll pretty much immediately get to 5 stars if you just spam out the aquatics on this particular park. They're not very good for space, but you got extra space on this map, so it doesn't even matter. This is the only map that I actually recommend using the aquatics on. Alright, let's go ahead and get this medical facility set up. Just throw it down right over here. This nice chill music going on right now. Yeah, we'll turn that down. We don't want anything crazy happening. Can't be affording anything crazy right now. So yeah, like I said, this is going to end up being, it's going to be rabies, which we then need to take direct control here. Switch to this, take a photo, which we then can come into here. And oh, we have to quarantine all dinosaurs with rabies for 30 seconds. Dang it.
Asset to be collected.
Let's get that moved. Let's take a look here. These are going to be way too expensive, but I actually need to double check and see how many does this need. Minimum population 2, so we need 2 of them. So we need 420,000 to put those out.
Asset in transit.
So we'll have to save up for a minute for those.
Delivery has been completed.
There we go. Oh, great. Of course my scientists need rested. Now we're starting to run into some issues. I might end up selling this Struthi. It's actually hurting us right now. because of its health being low, it's giving us a penalty, which is making us not make as much money. So it might end up being easier to just sell the stinking thing. Gonna have to wait for my scientists to be rested anyways, so we'll give it a second and we'll see. But we're definitely not making much money right this second. Yeah. This thing is slowly dying. Nope, well. Didn't get to it in time. Oh well. It's just a Struthy. Died from rabies. Let's go ahead and do this. I don't know why there's no music or anything in the background. It's really weird. It's like really quiet.
Hey, Owen Grady here. I'll keep it brief. And
All right,
that's
this is
it.
a
Done.
this is a really easy one. So
If we're
this
going
is
to
actually
have a
really
world
going to help
where the
out.
Dinosaurs can coexist with humans, then we need as much info as possible. That's why this next objective is so important. Like, totally mission critical.
So we're about to pull ourselves out of this hole here. Once we make these 2 Struthy, we'll complete that mission. It'll give us a bunch of money. Plus, we'll be making more money for having more dinosaurs in the park. So, well, crap. Gonna have to save up money for a second. Man, what is this doing? All of a sudden, my money is has stopped going up. Like it's barely going up. Might end up having to fire a scientist or something here, because we've ran into a bit of a snag. Yeah, our upkeep jumped up. We're making $48 profit per minute, so... Let's see here. Yeah, that $48 profit per minute is not going to work. $126,000. That's how much I would get back. Yeah, you only get back like half. Whatever. Gotta do something, so can't just sit here. Come on. There it goes.
Dedication and having nerves of steel. They're the keys to working with the dinosaurs. And trust. That's what we have, and that's why I knew you'd be able to handle that last objective. And you did.
That cheaper incubation coming into play already. So that's why we kept that scientist around. And now what we can do is we can come back in here and we can re-get this paleomedical facility. So we're pretty much back to the same amount of money as we had before. Except this time, we have a few more Struthi in the park, and we have these Nasutoceratops getting ready to come out. So, kind of have to think through these things sometimes. And now our money is jumping up quite a bit. Alright, here comes our Nasutoceratops. This should really jump our rating up and our money up a bit.
Dr. Henry Wu here. Geneticist. Do you see any resemblance between the Nasutoceratops and modern-day cattle? Look closely at the horns.
These
and
should
their
be
relation
fine
to the eyes.
once they spread out a bit.
It's clear to me that as we bring these animals back to life, the connections between the past and the present sharpen, and along with it, our understanding.
Might need a little bit more
forest.
forest.
This is all about.
There we go. And then let's just double check the Struthies here. They're all good. So there we go. All right, now we're in business. Still waiting to get these medium amenities. They haven't quite gotten there yet. And then did I ever get that mission? For some reason, it never gave me a... Yeah, it never gave me that mission from earlier, for some reason. Oh, wait, yeah, it did. Never mind. Duh. I just completed it. Alright, gotta rest my, my scientist. Now that we actually have some money to do that with. I forgot how expensive it is to rest those scientists. Could you imagine every time you go on a break at work, it costs your company $125,000? Jeez.
Oh, I see you have a new objective. Give it a little read, won't you?
Alright, so remain disease-free for 5 continuous minutes. That one's just either going to happen or it's not going to happen. So, I mean, eventually we'll go 5 minutes without a disease in the park. So, pretty straightforward one. I usually like to pick the missions that I know are just going to kind of happen. So we have Gallimimus available. We got the, what is that, the mutt butt? Yep, a mutt butt. But yeah, really, kind of want to go for a Potosaurus if we can. We have Nodosaurus available as well. And Nodosaurus might be a decent one to actually put in here with this Nasutoceratops. Nodosaurus is right there. So if we put Nodosaurus in with the Nasutoceratops and the Struthies, they should be pretty happy. Just have to double check that the Nodosaurus actually likes ground leaf. Which it does. Yeah, so putting this Nodosaurus in here with the with those ones will be perfectly fine. So that'll be our next dinosaur into the park is Nodosaurus. You're only allowed to have 10 species in your park on this park, but as you'll see once we get this going, doesn't matter what the other species are. You just basically need 9 species and then Mosasaurus. Because basically what you're going to do is you're just going to spam Mosasaurus and it'll complete this park super easily for you. So, we got Nodosaurus here. We could put this person on here, and it would save us a little bit of money, but it actually wouldn't be worth it because this expedition is so cheap. Utilizing them and then knowing that it's going to cost so much for them to have to rest later is going to make it to where that's not worth it. So we're only going to send the 1 scientist for now. Don't need the upgraded fences. Those really don't matter like at all. Then we got to get to 2 stars for the lagoon. And we're still waiting to get enough guests in here so we could actually get the medium amenities. The guests should still be coming in. We should still be gaining some. I also wouldn't be surprised if we get a storm here soon, because we haven't had one yet. And we're probably about due for one. Got another 40 seconds or so for that 1 mission. Our dig team is almost back. There we go. Let's take a look at our fossils. Yeah, see, and this is why you do the expeditions too. They give you a bunch of money sometimes. So let's start to extract these. We are going to have to do 1 more expedition for these. But we can go ahead and set those 2 to extract. And we can send this person back out. And I want to take a look here at our research for this. I think we are like, we're at 201, so we're kind of capped out. We need to get more dinosaurs in the park.
Well, this certainly looks like good news. An objective complete. Lessons learned, knowledge gained, preconceptions challenged. Or perhaps you've just figured out a more efficient distribution for popcorn. Who can say?
Yeah, so completing that mission obviously just jumped up our money quite a bit. Pretty important to complete those. And that's why I like to complete the ones, or pick the ones that I know are going to be fairly easy to get. Even though it looks like you're going to get less because of it, if you know that you're going to actually be able to finish it, I mean, it's way better off that way. So that'll, we can sell this and this. We'll have to wait for these guys to be done extracting. Alright, we need to jump on this as fast as we can. We actually completed that mission just in time, right before this disease popped up. So, we need to, oh yeah, it's, if I had to guess, probably tuberculosis, because this park likes to give you tuberculosis, because it's one of the ones that spreads the fastest. Oh, avian pox, even better. Alright, so, avian pox, you have to, quarantine them. And it's an absolute pain. So have to quarantine all dinosaurs with avian pox for 45 seconds. Now, the issue is that by the time you move them, it's already spread to the next dinosaur. So a lot of times, even when you try to properly quarantine them, what ends up happening is you don't get them out of there in time. So most of the time, I end up just letting the entire enclosure get it. I'll make a solid attempt at doing the right thing. But, I got the feeling it's not going to end up working. Of course, there's 2, like, right next to each other. Okay, so it's this one. I think that's the right one. Guess we'll find out. It didn't really matter.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. I'm sitting here tranking them and moving them as fast as I can, and it's still just spreading.
Transporting asset. Transportation underway. Asset transportation complete.
It would also help if my helicopter would actually hit them for once.
Asset has been transported.
So they'll be all right over here for a second.
Asset has been collected.
Yeah, see, it didn't even
I hope
matter.
you're good to go, because this objective is too good to pass up.
Alright, so increasing the population size would be easy, but the problem we would run into is that then we would start getting too many into the same enclosure. So, improving the revenue would be the best way to
I
go
do
about
this
this.
because I love the craft, but a little extra in the bank doesn't hurt.
Asset delivery confirmed. Collecting asset. Acknowledging asset collection.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why I'm even bothering trying to do this. Most of the time, it's easier to just let it spread throughout the entire enclosure.
Asset being
Because at this
transported.
point, you can see we've moved almost every single one of them.
Transit has commenced. Delivery complete. Asset transported.
All right. So now we should just have to wait for a few seconds. Cool. All right, we have the research. That's all that matters. Now let's go ahead and start getting these tranked and moved.
Asset requiring collection. Understood. Request acknowledged. Adding to the list. No problem.
Come on. There we go.
Confirming task.
So now once we get these moved back over here, we'll be able to treat them.
Commencing asset transit. Asset transportation underway. Asset being
Can delete
transported.
all of this. We don't need it anymore.
Asset in transit. Asset transportation underway. Confirming asset delivery. Transportation complete. Asset delivered.
Start getting all these medicated.
Nobody likes a sick dinosaur, especially me. So why don't we get this animal the treatment it needs?
The dinosaurs need competent people who will get the job done. People like you. Keep it up.
Asset has been delivered.
And one last one to treat. And then we'll have that taken care of. There we go. Avian pox is gone. Problem solved. Alright. Let's get those fossils extracted and get these two rested. And then we'll put out Nodosaurus next. And basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to 2 stars. And once we hit 2 stars, I mean, it's basically just a race to unlock Mosasaurus. And then we're just going to start spamming Mosasaurus as the easiest way to beat this park. So what time are we? We're at 58 minutes so far. Had a few pretty major hiccups, but Nothing too bad. All right. Everything's looking fairly good here. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with a storm here soon. I know I said that earlier, but we haven't had one yet, and I'd be shocked if we go much longer without having a storm come through. Usually they're not terrible on this map, but they're just big windstorms that come through and break everything.
Science is everything. It brought the dinosaurs back from beyond the brink, and it is keeping them here now. I hope you understand how vitally important this is.
This is going to be risky.
I haven't introduced myself. Dr. Kajal Dua.
But we can try this one.
You need to be as passionate about our work as I am. I'll accept no less.
So it wants us to photograph a Struthiomimus
Read this
eating, which
objective,
shouldn't be too bad.
And I trust you'll want to complete it.
Just snap a picture here and see. There.
Of course.
Easy enough.
I understand that the dinosaurs have entertainment value. They are the ultimate curiosity. Still, I won't have them treated as sideshow exhibits. They are wonders of science. Our wonders.
All right, we'll have a pair of Notosaurs coming out here in a second. And then that should kind of start to set us up to where we start jumping up a bit, because we still don't have any amenities. I haven't put any amenities in the park yet, because I'm waiting for medium amenities. So once we get those, that'll jump us up quite a bit. So we just got to wait for this to finish here. There we go. Let's release these Notosaurus. Yep, there's the improved amenities.
Claire Deering. She's gone from manager to advocate. She's a survivor. A result of her interactions with the dinosaurs and her headstrong nature.
Just need these guys to come down here and find that water, but otherwise they're going to be fine.
What we have here is a Notosaurus. This dinosaur tends to be shy and likes to keep
perfectly
to itself.
happy.
And it has a thick skin.
Struthiomimus is
Sort of the
fine.
opposite of Owen.
Alright, then let's research the medium amenities. It apparently went from no music to all the music. Like, all at once. My gosh. And then back to no music again. What the crap? Part of it is because I have broadcaster mode on, or streamer mode, or whatever you call it. Basically, it doesn't play any copyrighted music. That way, I can get my my 5 cents that I'll earn from this 3-hour stream. There we go. If I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, I'll get 5 cents. You can't have it, Universal. It's my nickel. Since Universal would own the rights to, Universal would own the rights to that if I didn't turn that mode on. There we go. Crypto is unlocked. So let's get those treated. Getting a little cloudy. Alright, so we finally have our improved amenities here. So now we can start to throw these down. So, might have to take it off the path just a little bit, because this game's building is weird sometimes. There's food. It's 100% not going to let me put that in there. Dang it, game. There's definitely enough room in there. I don't know why you have to do this. It's so annoying. It's one of the worst parts about this game is the building mechanics. So there's drinks, and then oh, that's gonna be frustrating. Can I get a gift shop in here? I don't know why I wouldn't be able to put something here. There's clearly enough room. Oh, that's horrible. There's clearly enough room in here. What are you talking about, game? Oh my gosh. I hate the building in this game so much. It like acted like it wanted to go there for a second, but apparently not. Am I gonna really have to stick this all the way out here? Apparently. It's really annoying. Alright, let's get all of this built, and then we'll take a look and see. Because we'll need to configure all of these. But the easiest way to configure everything is to always pause the game, because otherwise the numbers keep changing on you. So give it a second for it to register, and then pause. So now when we go through here and configure this, you just basically look for whatever the highest number is. So right now it's in the negatives, so the highest number would still be negative, but it's whatever the lowest negative is, so negative 72. And then that jumps it up to 6,000. And there's another 6,000. There's 8,400. Looks like that'll be the best one. And then I doubt we'll be able to get any more. Nope. Okay. I know that you can look at the bars on the left. The little configuration bars, but honestly, like I've said in previous videos, the easiest way is honestly to just pause the game and look at the numbers. Instead of sitting there messing with those bars, just scroll through here, and that profit, you can see we just went from negative 558 to 2,300. So I don't even have to look at those bars to see that that's a better one. And then you just scroll through here and you see which one's the best. So 2,300 is the best one. Hey, Jurassic Aviator, how you doing? And then, yeah, we'll go through here. So 8,500. There should be two of them that are 8,500. Yeah, so water feature, and then the aquarium, you can see it's 9,300 now. Oh, yeah, and these are 9,000. So there's one right here that's 9,300 as well. But then if we do any more, that's where the bars on the left will come into play, because you'll see that we've already maxed out what we needed. We've went past that red section. So we have what we need, and then when you come through here and you look, you can see that none of these would actually increase it. So, but yeah, always go off of just the number. It's way easier than sitting there messing with those bars. Negative 72, 1,338. So 1,338 is the easiest. 8,000. Scroll through here. There should be a second 8,000, which it is right there. 9,300. There's another 9,300. And then when we take a look, everything else will be red. So that's all we need. There. And we have everything configured. So now our star rating should start to jump a little bit higher. And then in the meantime, one thing we haven't looked at in a bit is we haven't checked to see what new scientists we have. So synthesis cost decrease would be decent. I think we already have somebody that's decent with genetics, right? There's a cheaper expedition. And then research is faster. I think we could use a genetics person. But I'm pretty sure we also need a welfare person. Yeah, so we will need a genetics person. So let's go ahead and hire him. And then let's take a look here. Now we can get this Apatosaurus going. And we'll really start jumping our park up. Apatosaurus is a really good addition to add. We can just make a big enclosure right over here. And usually what I do with this park is I just start to kind of go down this way. I leave a section here in case we need to go this way. And I leave a little bit of area over here in case we need to go this way. But really, I just kind of take the path and I just start running it this direction. And we just start putting enclosures on both the left and the right of it. And that should pretty much do it for us. So, now we're just going to start searching for
Read the details.
Apatosaurus. We're not building an aviary, so that's not happening. Yeah, we'll do the sell more tickets to your park.
I do this because I love the craft, but a little extra in the bank doesn't hurt.
And then we'll wait for our scientists to be rested, and we'll start looking for this Apatosaurus. I'm also going to go ahead and start to build its enclosure, just to get it out of the way. I do like to build this enclosure kind of big, because we can put multiple of them in here. So we'll kind of give it like a 4x5 or something like that. That ought to do. And then we'll get a viewing thing here. Go ahead and start to connect this. Actually, nah, that'll be fine. We got plenty of space. I'm not going to worry about the space all that much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to barely not connect that. Because we don't need our guests going over there yet. So, just barely not connect that. And then once we get the Apatosaurus in there, then we can just hurry up and connect that path. Alright, so it's 2 different locations here. And then we need the cheaper expedition will be nice to have here, because these ones can be a bit expensive. So it's nice having that cheaper expedition person.
Outstanding. Let's call this one complete.
Yep. Go ahead and connect that. Then let's take a look. I don't think there's really anything else that we need to research right this second, because our big focus is going to be getting that Apatosaurus. Oh, the Diplodocus. That was the way to go in the first game. Not quite as much anymore, but yeah, Camarasaurus will probably be on our list next. And then we do still need to get a monorail going too. Let's take a look here. Our guest rating, our guest comfort is at 100, our guest approval is at 100. So yeah, the biggest thing is our appeal. So it's all going to be just about getting more dinosaurs out. But these guys are all happy in here. It's a 3-species exhibit, so don't really want to go too much crazier than that. You could potentially get a 4th in here. I might be able to get an Edmontosaurus, but it's kind of not worth risking it. So we're still just waiting on our expedition to come back. You do have to have a bit of patience in this game sometimes. And expedition's back. Okay. So, let's see here. We got one thing to sell for 230,000, which pretty much pays for that expedition. One thing I am going to do, because I just realized we hadn't done this yet. I'm going to put the extraction capacity on there. And then, let's see here. The improved yield. So now we'll be getting more fossils, and we can extract more fossils at the same time. There we go. Let's go ahead and send out this expedition again. We got to go over here. Cheaper expedition. This one's only going to take 2 minutes. And then let's go ahead and extract all of these, which is also going to take 2 minutes, so both of those will be done right about the same time. And then, yeah, once we start getting Apatosaurus coming out, we'll our money will start to jump up quite a bit. We're making 97,000 profit per minute, plus 999% from the last month. Fantastic. All right, so our expedition is almost back. Our fossil extraction is done now. There we go. Expedition is back, so let's sell this. Sell this. I don't know why it has to jumble what order they're in when you do that, but there we go. Alright, Apatosaurus will be complete. Put 2 people on that, and it'll be done a little bit faster, so go for a little bit of speed here. And as far as researches go, I don't think there's necessarily anything right this second that we need. Our biggest thing is just trying to get our appeal up a bit for this this park, so we can start to get. We need a monorail more than likely once we open up this exhibit. And then the big thing is just trying to get to 2 stars. Once we hit 2 stars, it should be pretty straightforward from there. All right, Apatosaurus is ready. So, we're going to put these 2 on there. It's going to take a minute for that to be ready. And then in the meantime, I can go ahead and finish off this enclosure. Just need to make sure we have a gate. Gonna get rid of these trees that are right here. Insufficient skill. Okay, so we need 1 more welfare.
I'm George Lambert, in charge of security. And I just want to remind you that the safety of our guests and our dinosaurs, well, that's job 1. This next objective is challenging, but you should be up to it. Only one way to know for sure, however. Your decision.
Let's see here.
Hopefully, the healthier the dinosaurs are, the less likely we'll have behavioral issues like breakouts. Content dinosaurs are the kind we can manage.
Well, this person has altruistic salary, and they have 3 for their welfare. So we could probably hire them. Got to be careful with these scientists, but we're really having issues with their skill sets. So we can put them on there, cheaper incubation, and then that person, and that'll get us there. 315,000. It's going to take 3.5 minutes. So in reality, it's going to take like a minute, but because I have it on ×3 speed. Then we'll end up having to make more. I think the Apatosaurus can get away with just having 1. Yeah, minimum population of 1. So you can make it to where there's only 1 of them, but obviously if we're going to put this big enclosure, we might as well fit as many in there as we can. And like I said, now that we're going to be putting these out, we're going to start to get a lot more money. Still waiting. Got a little over a minute left. Ten more seconds. All right. And then release via airlift. Let's get this moved over here.
En route to pick up the asset.
I am going to go ahead and throw the water in here because we know that it's going to want water. And then we can go ahead and connect this path.
Transportation underway.
You're proving yourself to be a valuable asset.
We finished our contract for disease-free.
This massive...
What I'm going to do is, while I'm waiting here, let's go ahead and get more going. Gonna have to rest all of our scientists.
Is called the Apatosaurus. An impressive animal that can intimidate even the most determined of predators. The Apatosaurus's evolutionary advantages are its size and its demeanor.
So we need tall leaf. So we'll put the tall leaf up here in front. And then need to do some forest. Can go ahead and put that back here. There we go. Now once it spreads its enclosure out, or spreads its habitat out, or territory, or whatever the heck you want to call it, it will be content. So now we're probably going to need to rest like pretty much all of our scientists. Yep. So this is still expanding its territory. Eventually it'll find all that forest that I put back there for it. Come on. I know that'll do it. I just need this guy to walk a little bit faster with those stubby legs of yours. Oh, got hungry, had to stop for a second. Still not quite there yet. There it goes. Okay. Now it's happy. So they just got a free skill, which comes with a pay raise, but you know, we can tolerate that. Insufficient funds. I need 900,000. We're actually not going to need 900,000 though, because we have the cheaper
of the latest objective.
incubation.
Read 'em and weep. Tears of joy that I've chosen you for this one.
Maintain shelter coverage of 80%.
We want the park to be as comfortable as
That's
home
easy
is
to
for our
do.
guests. Okay, maybe it's louder and they need to keep the doors locked, but you get my point, right?
So we'll get that constructed. That'll boost our park rating up a little bit. Plus, we'll complete this mission, and it'll give us more money. We need more restroom, and we're going to start to need transport rating as well. So let's get that restroom placed there. More than likely, we're going to need...
While I often marvel at the dinosaurs, I am not often wowed by people. So listen when I say this. Wow!
There we go.
I've always strived to be the best. That's my motto. And have someone to blame when you're not, huh? That's just smart planning. Getting ahead of the problem by figuring out your excuse in advance. But with this last objective, you can put all that aside because, hurrah, you did it!
Alright, so now we'll just pause the game real fast so we can configure these. I'm not going to explain the whole thing again because I explained it earlier, so I'm just going to fly through it and configure it super fast. Let's see, we might be able to get one more in there. 23. Yeah, took it up just a little bit. And let's see here. 15. Nope. Yep, 15. We ain't doing no vegan buffet. What are you talking about? Gourmet steaks, that's where it's at. 12, 17. Yep, 17. And then let's see here, 20, 22. I was going to say, this one's going to be a bit more of a pain because it's pretty far negative. This one's actually not going to be able to be profitable yet. It doesn't have enough people coming into it. But we did reach 1 star, so once we can hit that 2nd star, then we'll be good to go. Let's see here. We have Plocanthus, Gallimimus, the Mutt Butt, so we don't need any of those. Don't get the monorail until 2 stars. Which makes things a little bit of a pain. Let's get that wide path researching. Don't want to have any overcrowding on our paths. And we got avian pox in our park again. Let's go ahead and try to get that treated as fast as possible. Alright, so we've actually kind of hit the cap a bit. I didn't realize how fast we jumped up. So that income tax thing pops up once you hit basically the cap of what the game wants you to make per minute. So basically from here, it's going to consistently raise the amount that it taxes us to keep us at a profit per minute of where it wants us to be. So really at this point, we're not going to be able to make any money any faster. Obviously, we're going to continue to increase our park. But essentially, our income per minute isn't going to change much now. So I like to use wide path for everything. It's a good middle ground. Doesn't cost that much more, but it makes sure that nobody ends up getting overcrowded. There we go. So we got 2 more Apatosaurus getting ready to come out.
Collecting asset.
And then now that those are getting somewhere, let's go ahead and look at Camarasaurus. So we'll get Camarasaurus researching. We are going to need to put a ranger post in here. We'll send our second ranger team to keep checking on these guys.
Transporting us.
What are we at? We're at an hour and a half. If the
Assets in the air.
Innovation Center glitch still worked, you could, or exploit still worked, you could already be done with this. So I'm really glad that that exploit doesn't exist anymore.
Asset delivered.
Just adding some more tall leaf in here. So eventually they'll expand out there and they'll find that extra forest that they need.
Read the details of this latest objective. It's perfect
let's see
for
here. Increase the number of dinosaurs in the park.
I'm uploading information on a new incubation plan I'd
that's
like
not
you
what
to
I
focus
wanted.
on. Once they're ready for release, introduce them into the park.
I will not be doing that. I don't need any more Notosaurus, because otherwise this exhibit will end up getting too full. Well, I say that, but actually... it actually looks like I can get away with it, so... incubate 3 Notosaurus at once. And then now we're going to be going for Camarasaurus, which we don't have enough money for. So we're going to have to wait a second. We do have the cheaper expedition person, so it shouldn't be super long. Fantastic. Viable eggs, 1. So, gotta discard that. I'll try one more time. But I don't want to waste all of our money trying for that. You can see we've jumped up to 1.5 stars already, so... there we go. No, I don't want to use the cheaper expedition person. There.
The dinosaurs capture one's imagination. And we continue to capture information with the completion of work, such as this latest objective. That is a feather in your cap.
So, cheaper expedition, that'll make it a tad bit cheaper. Save us a little bit of money. And then let's see here. As far as other researches go, Brachiosaurus are an absolute pain to use. So, I try not to use those if I don't have to. I feel like with Camarasaurus coming out, we should be able to get to 2 stars. So we shouldn't need to use the Brachiosaurus. Faster research, cheaper research, improved efficiency. We will probably need the staff improvements. And then the cheaper expeditions will be nice, but we need cost upgrades for that. So yeah, we'll need to research these 2 things at some point. Don't have to right this second, though. Let's go ahead and speed things up a bit. What time are we up to? 1 hour 41. All right, we can go ahead and release these. Alright, so these guys are happy. Let's take a look here. Oh boy. Tuberculosis. This is always a fun one. This spreads like crazy, so... Yeah, see? Before I could even finish saying spreads like crazy, it had already spread to another one. Nope, wrong thing. Alright. Start getting that sent out. And then we're still just waiting on our Camarasaurus fossils to come back. Here comes a storm. I figured we were about due for one. I kept saying it over and over again, but... Now we're finally getting our first storm, right in the middle of having tuberculosis, so that's great. Let's sell this, sell this. Gets us up to 63%. I find it easier most of the time to just do this myself. Even though these vehicles handle really bad in the when it's storming. Like I can't turn right now. Come on, there we go. So bad about turning when these storms are going on. I understand why they do it, but it's really annoying. Just wanted to make sure that was still healing stuff. There we go. Excuse you. I'm trying to help your friends. Go. Let's get these back open. There we go. All right. Everything's under control. Well, sort of. Of course I would hit something right then. Alright, so fossil extraction is complete. This other expedition is almost finished. Have him medicate both of those. Alright. I doubt this is going to get us to 100%. Yeah, because it's going to want us to do all 3 of the expedition sites, so we got to do this last one here. And then that'll unlock the Camarasaurus for us. Of course, something else has it. So annoying.
We need to do what we can for the dinosaurs, like taking on objectives.
Build
this
a lagoon.
One, for example.
Increase your park rating. So if the park rating was to get to 2 stars, then it would be worth it. But we are planning on building a lagoon at some point. But I don't know that we're going to be building the lagoon that soon. Let's hope that this is 2 stars. Yeah, there we go.
The park is really coming together. But we can always do more. It would be terrific if you could get our park rating up.
Alright, we got rid of the tuberculosis in our park. Now I'm going to go ahead and start to build this Camarasaurus enclosure. There we go. And then let's go ahead and get a viewing gallery on there. Get that moved to there. Of course, the power doesn't quite reach, but that's fine. We can fix that pretty easily. Get that there. Run this across. There we go. Expedition is complete. Let's sell these. And there's our 100% that we needed. And then let's go ahead and rest up our scientists. Money is basically not a concern anymore. So we're making really solid money. We're probably gonna have to build another one. Okay, there it goes. I was like, what the heck is going on here? It's because the fence wasn't finished yet. So we'll keep these scientists rested and these last fossils extracted, and we'll get Camarasaurus in the park, which is a very strong chance it'll get us to 2 stars. Once we get to 2 stars, we'll start working on lagoons. And we'll start getting all those dinosaurs out. I don't even know how many species we're up to now. Let's see here. 4. Yeah, we only have 4 species so far. So eventually we'll have to make sure we get to 10 species. But 10 species is the max you're allowed on this park. Alright, new complete genome. So let's go ahead and get this going. Get that person rested while these are being synthesized, because this person has the cheaper incubation. So we'll save some money by using them. Saving money is music to my ears. Alright, so this batch is synthesized. We're still going to have to wait for our person to be finished here. Let's see if we even got more than one. No, of course we only got one. And of course it has large appetite too. It's actually going to be better to... It's going to be better to just discard that and try again. There. The large appetite makes it to where it needs more food, which means you're going to need more like trees and everything else. So it's going to end up not being a very good one for us. So we're just going to skip out on that. It's going to be better to just make a second batch of them instead. Go ahead and speed this up for a second. All right, our scientist is ready, and this batch is ready. There we go. We got 2. Both of them are good. Cheaper incubation. There, and that gets us to where we need to be. And then there's a couple researches that we need to do, so we can send these people out to do those researches. So let's see here. Yeah, we have insufficient skill for... Guess it says staff busy, so we might actually have enough, or we're just gonna have to wait for the staff to not be busy. Or I could train up some staff here. Let's see, logistics specialist. Since money's really not an issue anymore. Genetics. And then that person's already being used as well. So. Still not going to quite get us to where we need to be. Let's see if there's any other researches that we need that we can do. Those are pointless. We already have the wide path. We can't unlock that yet. Don't have any of those available. Can't do any of these. Don't need a fence. We can't do the lagoon yet. So yeah, I mean, for right now, we're just kind of gonna have to wait for a second. Guess one thing I need to check is just make sure, yeah, that's what I figured. Accommodation rating. We could use another hotel. So let's get this thrown down over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove these trees from in here so they get the heck out of my way so I can see what I'm doing. That was really expensive, but needed done. There we go. Check and make sure that all these are good, which it's looking like they are. This one's not making very much profit anymore. Drink, steaks, designer goods, drinks, designer goods, steaks. Okay, just wanted to make sure I didn't mess up somewhere and have the wrong ones. All right, so these guys are ready. Let's go ahead and
En route to collect the
release
asset.
those over there. And then let's go ahead and do the infrastructure. Allows training up to level 3. So we need logistics. Oh crap, this person's oh, we don't even need that. There we go. And then we can go ahead and get them rested. There we go. So we'll be able to train up our staff to level 3 now. We'll also be able to hire better staff. Handler injured. Yeah, we'll lose the 250,000. Not a big deal. We're a little lower than I want to be right now, but we'll recover that money pretty quickly.
Asset transportation in progress.
All right, let's see what this guy needs.
Known as the chambered lizard, the Camarasaurus impresses with both its size and its blunt snout. It prefers to live in groups, a challenge, but one I'm confident you can handle.
Tall nut, good. Just needs a little bit more tall leaf. Accidentally got rid of the rid of a little of the tall leaf. There we go. All right, so these guys are good now. I am gonna get rid of some of these forests here because I hate when this happens. So. Forest back here, and then we'll put more tall nut up here and a little bit more tall leaf for them, just so that way they're happy. Don't want to be skirting the edge too much. There. All right, these guys are good. Now unfortunately that didn't get us to 2 stars, it doesn't look like. We're at 5 out of 10 species. Let's see here. Yeah, our transport rating is killing us a bit. That being said, we could put more Apatosaurus in here. So let's make a couple more Apatosaurus. There we go. That'll only take a minute. Yeah, we're back up to $1 million already, so money-wise we're doing perfectly fine. But yeah, I don't think this enclosure is going to be big enough to put very many more of these things in here. So I have another Apatosaurus being made. Now we could potentially look at getting another species in the park. I'm not sure what all other species we have available. And Monosaurus, you know what? That one will actually probably work. We'll pay the $250,000. Not a big deal. Like I said, money is not an issue anymore. So yeah, really, we gotta get to 2 stars, and then it's really gonna fly from there. Come on. Looks like we got another storm coming in.
Please proceed to cover.
En route to pick up the asset.
Start fixing things real quick. Really do hate not being able to turn with this thing. Oops. I'm clearly not hitting that. Come on. And we'll do a drive-by fix of this, and a drive-by fix of this, and a drive-by fix of that. There we go. Close all of those.
Asset has been delivered.
Send that over there to fix that. Ready for incubation. We got 2 of them. Cheaper incubation. There we go. It's another 600,000. Let's go ahead and rest this person, and then almost got all of Admonosaurus in one go. Pretty much have every single one of our scientists doing something right now, which is kind of how you want it. You want to keep them doing as much stuff as you possibly can if you're trying for time. I mean, there's nothing that says if you're trying to beat this on your first try that you know that you have to do it in a certain amount of time. The par time is just there as a goal. You don't actually have to beat it in that amount of time. But if you're trying to do it as fast as possible, then yeah, you kind of want to keep your scientists doing as many things at once as you possibly can. There we go. All right, we're still sitting at 1.6 stars. But if I get this Admonosaurus to come out, that should jump us up to 2. I'll put like 1 Admonosaurus in here. We might need 2, not for sure. Let's see here. Oh, minimum population of 4. That might be an issue. Ah, you know what? I could potentially put it in here. Likes Hadrosaurs. Yep. So could potentially put it in here. Or even better would be to put it in here. Since these don't quite have enough room to put any more, but they obviously have more space than they need for just 2. There we go. we got another expedition going out. We got our scientists resting. Up to 1.7 stars. We're at 1.6, so slowly but surely we're climbing up here. Two more Apatosaurus coming out.
Asset collection request received.
And yeah, next we'll make that Admonosaurus because that'll give us another species in the park. And I'm guessing we could probably put it in here.
Commencing asset transit.
Yeah, these don't mind hadrosaurs. And then let's see what it actually ends up needing. If it needs ground leaf, then we're good. Oh, it needs ground fiber. We could potentially, we can make it work. Yeah, we can make it work. Alright, so we got about a minute and a half worth for that. We're at 1.8 stars. Our profit has grown by 23%. No, we're up to 1.9 now. I mean, there's a chance we might not even need might not end up even needing it. Okay, so that'll give us a little bit more money. That's doing good. That's doing all right. That's doing all right. Yeah, not gonna be able to squeak any more out of that. Let's see. This might put us at 2 star. We might not even have to worry about the Admonosaurus. Possibly. We'll see. It's like right on the threshold. That'll be alright. So we'll go ahead and make it. So I'm fairly certain we can get this to work. We'll just put some ground fiber over here in this corner. And they should be content.
If I didn't
right, there's
know
2
better,
stars.
I'd say you're angling for my job.
So the plesiosaur is ready to go. We're gonna be running right straight for the mosasaur. So Tylosaurus, we needed a marine population of 3. So if we come in here, dinosaur creation, we're gonna need the lagoon, obviously. We might not have enough skill for it. Let's see here. Let's get some more welfare into him. And then let's see here. Logistics is usually pretty decent to have. Probably should have went genetics, but whatever.
The way you dealt with that last objective, that was perfect. You stayed focused and saw it through. If only we had more people like you around.
There we go. So we'll get the lagoon researched. And then let's see here. Plesiosaur is typically over here. Yep. That'll be $600,000 though to do these expeditions. So now's when I really do need to start to do these, get the cheaper expedition stuff. So where is the upgrade for the cheaper expeditions? It's right here. You know, it might actually just not even be worth it, because I'm gonna have to spend 500,000 for this, and then another who knows how much for that. It actually probably isn't worth it. So let's just we have the money. Let's just go for it. No reason to waste extra time or extra resources or whatever. Alright, so we wouldn't have even had enough of these anyways, so let's just discard those and forget that we made those. We're not going to need them. We currently have 5 species. We'll probably do 3 total marine species, so we might need 2 more species of dinosaur. But we can easily figure something out there. I mean, Gallimimus and Dracorex would be like super easy to do. Not doing the birds though, that's for sure. Just trying to get all these things to go away. There we go. As far as viewing goes, we are going to eventually need the marine viewing gallery, so we are going to need a viewing platform unlocked at some point, but we don't have the staff to do it right this second. So let's go ahead and send this on its way, and then yeah, we'll do our first lagoon right here, and it'll have plesiosaur. Once we get plesiosaur in there, once we get 3 of them released, we'll unlock the Tylosaur. We'll get the expeditions done for the Tylosaur. We'll release Tylosaur into the same enclosure, because they usually can go in together for at least a little bit until the Tylosaur decides to start eating them, but not a huge deal. And then once we unlock Tylosaur, we can go right straight to Mosasaur, research it, find all the fossils for it, and then we just start pumping out Mosasaur like crazy. Alright, got rid of the tuberculosis already. Still waiting on this research to finish. Meanwhile, our money is climbing very rapidly, so we're right where we need to be. We're at 2 hours and 24 minutes. Lagoon is ready to go. So... oh, I didn't realize that they had added that in now. That's nice. It actually shows you where your next lagoons are going to be going. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. We can do the 2 times remaining task. I mean, that doesn't really matter right now. That can go there. Because we don't even have it unlocked yet anyway, so... I don't care if it takes longer for this to craft. That there. Go. Got that powered. Now we just gotta wait for our fossils to come back. And in the meantime, we can do the viewing platform. We cannot do the viewing platform because this person is needing rested. There we go. And then now that we're starting to get all the way down here, what I like to do is go ahead and make a second ranger team. Because otherwise that other one has to drive a little too far. We have enough space. Space doesn't end up being an issue on this map, so it's nice to just do efficiency things like having extra response facilities. So we can do that. We're still waiting on these fossils to come back. Come on. There we go. Alright. So let's sell those. And then start to extract here. We're definitely going to need to do at least one more expedition for these. So sending that person with them saves us about 180,000. And it's going to save us a little bit of time, so let's see here. I thought I seen somebody needed rested. Yep. And then let's see. Because at this point, money is fine. Ooh, that welfare specialist, though. There we go. Might end up needing a little bit more genetics at some point, but now we have some welfare going, so all right. And I guess, oh yeah, the other thing we need our monorail. Our staff is busy right now, but we'll have to get our monorail going at some point, and then let's take a look at everything else. Everything else is good, so. And I saved room right in here for the monorail station. Should be close enough to the entrance that it'll count. Fossil extraction is complete. Let's double check and see if any of our scientists need rested. Looks good. Okay. So we're still in a waiting pattern here.
If only we had more time. Ironically, that's really what we've given to the dinosaurs, isn't it? More time.
There we go. Had to play a little bit of a gamble there. Neither one of those contracts were very good, but I paid the 60,000 or whatever to refresh it and got a better one. Man, another storm already? No. Stinking Struthy. I hate not being able to turn. It's so terrible. Well, yeah, you're uncomfortable. You dummy, you ran outside. Oh my gosh. Would you turn? Jeez. Hey, how's it going? Is it Bodine? I keep meaning to ask how to pronounce your name. Turn! Okay, awesome. How you doing today? That repaired. It's a nickname? Okay. Repair this. There we go. Get these back closed. So we can get our park going again. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab a hold of this. Looks like there's one more thing that needs repaired. I don't know why these Jeeps in this game are so top heavy that they just flip over. Oh, nice. What are you gonna be working on? I know you just said you said you'd be, what was it, Northwest US on hard difficulty, right? There we go. Okay. Awesome. Southwest Challenge. That one is a pain. I was honestly worried because I put out that poll earlier to see what map people wanted to see me play, and then I had it in my head. I was like, "Oh crap, if they pick Southwest US, I'm going to be not thrilled." I mean, I'll do it, but I hated doing that challenge. It gets really dumb by the end of it. Just so tedious and annoying. That was like the only challenge mode that I actually really was like getting super frustrated with. I spent like 6 hours or something like that on my first playthrough of it, and then ended up failing.
To do well and are helping make real progress. I suppose you should be congratulated. But, I've seen this before, so you also have my warnings. You really aren't seeing what's being accomplished in the name of science. The genie can't be put back in the bottle. And if you try, it'll take your head off.
I got all my scientists working on at least something right now. Alright. Plesiosaur is complete. We need a total of 9 genetics. Yeah, we'll just have to wait a minute for that. Not a big deal. Yeah, how's our time looking? We're only at 2.5 hours right now anyways. Okay, monorail is researched, which this is going to jump our star rating up a bit. So, throw that there. Throw that there. That along. There we go. Yeah, no, you can only do one expedition at a time in this one. But to make up for it, in this one, it takes way less expeditions in order to actually fully max out a dinosaur's genome. So before you would have to you could send out like 3 expeditions at a time, but you would end up having to do the same dig site like multiple times in order to get all the fossils. On this one, you only send one expedition at a time, but in return you get way more fossils, or way more percentage towards your dinosaurs. So yeah, you're not missing anything. I feel like I'm running out of power. Yep. There we go. There we are. And now let's connect this path here. Okay. And once all of this is built, it should jump our rating up. Just have to wait for that to be ready. I guess in the meantime, let's make sure everybody's good here. Yep.
Let's team up on this next objective. You do the work, I'll take the credit. That's a win for us both.
Release any 3 dinosaurs. Well,
Hey,
guess
you
what?
know what's
I'm
better than
actually
dinosaurs? More dinosaurs.
going
Or
to
so
be
they
doing
tell me.
that very quickly.
Let's incubate and release some more and see what happens. And if anything goes wrong, we never had this little talk. Comprende?
So we got a little under 2 minutes for this plesiosaur to be, well, at least synthesized. And then we got to incubate them, but it shouldn't take too long. And then, yeah, we're going to go plesiosaur, tylosaurus, mosasaurus. And then from there, we might have to put 1 or 2 more species out. But really, we're going to be just pumping out mosasaurus like crazy. And you'll see our rating will just skyrocket. This map, you can see, like, I'm already at almost 2.5 stars, and I've barely used up any of the space. So, the space is not the issue on this map. Yeah, whatever. I'm just hatching them all. Why not? Because I got the cheaper incubation here, so... I don't need those, so even though that's available now, we will need the viewing gallery eventually. You can cheat on that. You don't necessarily need the viewing gallery, but it is nice to have. Because one thing you can do is you can just put a regular viewing gallery. Just the terrain is being dumb here. There. So we still have 3 minutes, which means it's going to be 1 actual minute, because I have it on ×3 speed. But yeah, we're going to need... It would be nice to have those, to have that viewing gallery. But it's also $2 million, which you can save that $2 million if you want. Large hotel is not necessary. It is nice to have sometimes, though. Let's take a look. Yeah, our transport rating is at 100% now, which means, as far as guests go, We need more restroom coverage and shelter coverage, but well, that's easy to accomplish. As long as terrain constraints don't get in the way. There we go. Shelter coverage and restroom coverage is taken care of. That'll jump our star rating up just a little bit more. Got about a minute to go on this. Yeah, so our guest comfort and our guest approval is 100%, so can't ask for anything more there. Our food and shopping rating could be a little better. We'll get that solved here in a second. All right, plesiosaur. I just realized I probably shouldn't have released all 6 of them. They're probably not going to fit in here.
Another creature from the ancient oceans. This time a plesiosaurus. It has a flat body, an elongated tail, and 4 powerful flippers that help it glide through the water. Like modern-day sea mammals, it has to come up for air. It basically spends its time surfing and eating, which is not a bad way to live.
I like the dinosaurs, I do. I like them just fine, except the smell. But I like what they can do for our bottom line even more. That's why I like you.
So now we
You're
need
delivering.
Tylosaurus.
And I don't have to smell you either.
So we need to rest our scientists first, though. So yeah, we might end up having to get rid of one of these. So I don't think this is going to be enough space for all of them. Nope.
This next objective should be perfect for you. I think you'll feel the same when you take a look at it.
Yeah, so not enough open space. Could always try to extend this a little bit. But extending these sometimes can be a pain. Phew, lose 500,000. Yeah, that's fine. The only reason that I decided to go ahead and extend this enclosure is because I feel like if I make this enclosure a bit bigger, there's a little bit less of a likelihood that the Tylosaurus will
pretty
eat
awesome.
them.
At this rate, it won't be long before you're running the place. In fact, it kind of feels like you are already.
There we go. Alright, now we had enough room for them. So let's go ahead and start sending out expeditions for this Tylosaurus. So, that. I guess we'll have to send out... I don't want to send 3 people. There we go. So, saves us a bit of money, and it's going to actually be a little faster. So, it's still going to take 5 minutes, but it's better than it otherwise would have been. And then as far as researches go, we're going to need more genetics. We need 18 total. 6, 7, 8, 9, level 12. Yeah, we're going to need a genetic expert here. No sources of chronic stress. What the crap? That's a new one. Now, so we can't build more than one staff center. So we're gonna have to get rid of some scientists. So this person has good genetics, or good welfare. This is a genetics person. Man, that cheaper incubation is really nice to have, though. And those cheaper expeditions are nice to have as well. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna kind of have no choice here but to get rid of the cheaper incubation. I mean, we're making enough money, so I guess it doesn't matter. We really need a genetic expert. Well, actually, this person has reduced cost of incubation by 30%, but they have better stats. We could get his genetics up to 6 instead. And this person could go up to 8 genetics. So let's throw him in here. So we still have the cheaper incubation, but his stats are a little bit better. And then train him up by 2 for the genetics. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And what did we need? 18. So with a scientist limit of 4. So maybe there's a chance we can get this. And yes, I was doing finger math because, yeah, I still have to use my fingers sometimes. 1 plus 1 is well, that's like 3, right? Math is hard. Let's see here. So these guys are still good. Yeah, unfortunately on this park there is a decent amount of like just waiting. I mean, it's kind of true with this entire game. There's definitely periods of time where you have no choice but to just sit here and kind of wait for things to happen. So I need my my expedition to come back so that way I can check and see if I actually have the skills that I need or not to get this mosasaur researched. Can be a tricky task to get the right scientists for the mosasaurs. All right, let's see here. All right, so we need this person. We obviously need this person. This one. And then this one. So there we go. That'll get us where we needed to be. And then in the meantime, sell that, sell that. busy trying to research the Mosasaurus. I didn't even look to see how long it was going to take. Doesn't appear to be very long. Park rating and profit has grown by 20%.
I do this one myself, but I think you can handle it. Read the objective and see if you don't agree.
Have no scientists quit. That is
I
such
don't
an
think
easy
anyone
one.
would argue
I've
that
like
working with the
never had
dinosaurs
scientists
isn't
quit.
stressful,
Like
but
ever.
that's show business, even if it is from 65 million years ago. We can't have people turning in pink slips because they saw a little red.
Throw that there. Can put this one here. And let's see here. I was going to say this is going to be... It looks like it should fit, but it's going to be dumb. Of course. And naturally, it's not going to fit in there either. Tell you what, if they make a third one of this game, they have got to fix these building mechanics. Like, look at this. Like, why can I not build... Like, why can't I build this right here? How is this interfering? It makes no sense. No sense at all. Let's see here. Where do I want to put this? I need to get it to where it's connected, obviously. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Is that Chelu Nation? How you doing? Hopefully I pronounced that right. If not, you can, I mean, just call me an idiot for pronouncing it wrong. It's going. This is one of the easier parks, to be honest. It's just a little slow to begin. But once you get it going, I mean, this park isn't really tough whatsoever. Let's see here. Yeah, this doesn't have enough people coming into it to actually make it profitable. This one will, once we configure this right. Donuts, and then let's see here. Hey, good to hear. Glad you're doing well. And I'm glad I managed to guess it right. I'm getting better at it. You see enough random names in here, stream, and eventually you start to guess right. Oh, yeah, I know that feeling. Which one do you have left to do? This one gives 6,300, 14,000, 14,000. $27. There we go. All right, and then might as well send these people out again real fast. Meanwhile, these need extracted. Southwest USA, of course it is. That one sucks. It's so rough. Basically, it throws all the other modifiers at you from all the other maps, all on one. It doesn't tell you that it does, but it definitely does. Like, just so many diseases, so many storms. The space is just ridiculous to deal with. It is a very tough park. Gotta refill my water real quick while I'm just kind of waiting on that dig to come back. And apparently I forgot to set it on ×3 speed. Crap! Well, I'm already in here. So. Yeah, no, that's the way to do it. You have to fire those scientists right off the bat. Otherwise you'll fail. Without a doubt, you have to fire the scientists right off the bat. So we'll get those extracted. We're at about 2.5 stars already, so we're at 3 hours. So, but really, like I mentioned earlier, you can see we're at $4 million right now. What's going to end up happening is once I get the Mosasaurus available, I'm going to make like 4 different enclosures and put 4 different Mosasaurs in this park, and our rating is just going to absolutely skyrocket. Alright, so our extraction is complete there. Just kind of want to double check and see if there's any other things that I really need to research. I don't think there is. I mean, I could put, and I probably should, get the viewing gallery, but you can do it with just these. So you don't even need the actual viewing gallery. Yeah, the species variety penalty can be a bit tough on that Southwest Jurassic. Basically, you pretty much end up having to use every species that's available. The other thing to watch out for on Southwest is if you release a dinosaur with any kind of negative trait, it will have a ridiculously short lifespan. Alright, so now it's time to start searching for Mosasaurus, which this is where this gets a bit expensive. It's 2.2 million for this expedition, but because we have cheaper expeditions, it's only 1.5 million. So that saves us like 700,000. Yes, I did. I have a guide on the channel. If you go onto my channel and you look in my Jurassic World Evolution 2 playlist, you'll find guides for every single one of the maps on Jurassic difficulty. Must be tuberculosis. Definitely is tuberculosis.
It's clear from the way you dealt with that last objective that we're lucky to have you around.
Oh, tuberculosis in this game. It's so bad. It spreads so quickly. Yeah, that was kind of the point of them. I tried to, I played through this enough that I kind of realized what point it is that you're all right, and you can kind of just do your thing from there. So that's why my first the guides for like the majority of the parks are basically to get you going, and then you're free to kind of do it as you wish from there, because you probably won't fail. But the last one, that Southwest Park, it's extremely easy to fail at the end for that one. So that one I actually did like a full, all the way to the end kind of guide. You've been watching Mr. Rains? Haven't seen that. I'll have to take a look and see if he has any pointers that I didn't pick up on. So you never know. I mean, you could play this game a ton and still miss out on some things. So always more to be learned. Still fighting with this stinking tuberculosis. Every time I see it pop up, I just know it's going to be an annoying, tedious time trying to get rid of it. Oh, yay, a storm, too. Can we at least get rid of the tuberculosis?
Please proceed to cover.
Apparently not. Let's see here. And task, we got rid of the tuberculosis. Some of the scientists that you start with are the same each time. I never use it. Doesn't seem like it would be all that useful to me, to be honest. Yeah, it does. You get a pretty good amount of storms on Jurassic difficulty. They're not that bad to deal with once you figure out how to do it. And no, I didn't assign an MVU to the lagoon. Oh man, look at that. Gonna get all sorts of money from this dig site. Alright, so that'll complete Tylosaurus. And then jumping right straight onto the Mosasaurus. And the other Mosasaurus dig site is like over here. Yep. Gotta wait for this to be repaired. Looks like they're gonna get there at the same time. There we go. Alright, all good. And then once they're done extracting the DNA from these fossils, I'll be able to put out Tylosaurus. And then we're already working on our way to getting Mosasaurus. So, oh no, park rating is falling. Who would have guessed right after having a storm?
This objective has a little something for everyone, but mostly for you. Read it when you get a chance.
I love when they do that. They're like, oh, you just had a outbreak of tuberculosis and a big storm come through your park? Well, hey, your stinking park is not making as much money. I wonder why. I don't know. Couldn't guess. Couldn't possibly tell you why I wasn't quite making as much money there for a minute. So yeah, we just have to rest that scientist real fast, and then we'll put out the Tylosaurus. I'm hoping with this enclosure being a little bigger that it'll take a while before it starts eating these things. Yeah, it's a total mystery. It's just that extra little slap in the face that these kind of games like to do. Yeah, I'm glad they changed that as well. It was really annoying. Like, there's no reason why that should have been a task slot. All right, and then let's see here. So, Tylosaurus. So we got about 2 minutes for that. What's wrong with you? Shouldn't be anything wrong with you. Are you ready to actually make profit now? Okay. There we go. Yeah, you don't want it to have aggressive. So if it says that it's aggressive, you're gonna want to get rid of those. So don't release one that has the aggressive trait. Otherwise, it will absolutely annihilate your other dinosaurs. Oh yeah, I definitely agree on that. I miss being able to do that as well. Did they really diagnose it and then not? Oh, I never researched this earlier. I got the research and then I never finished researching it because the Struthi that we had died. So I never had to heal it. Hurry up, research. There we go. All right, medicate that. But yeah, I miss being able to put all the same species in an enclosure as well. There we go. So, we need the welfare specialist. We're going to need cheaper incubation. And then this person. There we go. Got all of our scientists at least doing something. Alright, no more rabies in the park. We got Tylosaurus incubating. Yeah, you struggle to get more than one Tylosaurus in these enclosures anyways. So, really the biggest reason I'm putting Tylosaurus in here is just for the species. But yeah, the trick to this park really is to use Mosasaurus. Because when you look at the overall park appeal, so you can see where it says 26%, it shows how much appeal you have based on versus how much you actually need. So we need 10,500 total. Currently we have 2,700. But if you look at Mosasaurus, we need 10,000 total. Mosasaurus gives 2,500. So, yeah. Literally put out 4 Mosasaurus, and it pretty much will cover it. Now, of course, that isn't like a 1-to-1 though, because you will lose some of the rating off of your Mosasaurus because of species requirements. So it won't actually end up being 2,500. But that's why we have these other species in the park too. So right now we only have 6 species. Tylosaurus will make it 7. Mosasaurus will make it 8. And by then it is pretty well close enough that you put out a few extra Mosasaurus and you'll get there. And by a few extra, I mean like maybe 1 extra. Alright, let's take a look here. We should be able to... We're going to end up having to do these dig sites again, so... Let's go ahead and send that out. It's going to take 8 minutes for the Mosasaur, but... Sorry, got distracted for a second. Yeah, so here comes Tylosaurus.
Remember when you were a kid
Oh,
and they
that's
told
the
you not
UK.
to eat, then go in the water? Well, with this predator, the Tylosaurus, if you go in the water, you're gonna get eaten. I mean, seriously, this is every sailor's nightmare come to life.
Yeah, that was the UK map.
You know, people don't understand all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes.
And yeah,
But you and I
it can
both
be a
know
bit
it.
tough.
And completing that objective, well, that keeps things running as they should. It can be a thankless job, I know. But not today. Thanks.
All right, so I mean, it's possible I could get a second Tylosaurus in here. Probably not. Probably not. I don't know why it decided to go all the way over there either. That's kind of annoying. They're all hanging out over here, so I'm going to have to make a second viewing gallery. This will get my guests walking this way anyway, so. There we go. And we only went up to 2.8 stars? Oh, that's why. Okay. I was gonna say, I figured we would go up way more than that. Yeah, storm protection can be nice sometimes. Emergency shelter. Get that put in there. Restrooms. Can get those placed right there. And then we're probably going to need more amenities, so... Get that placed there. That one placed there. Increase the number of guests in my park. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, come on. Stinking building mechanics. There. Burgers, boba, action figures. All right.
Most people have no idea of what's involved in caring for the dinosaurs. Check out this latest objective and you'll see what I mean. You can measure our success by our head count. Especially the ones that are still attached to the neck, huh? So let's strive for that.
Another 1.5 million for expeditions for that thing. So expensive, but it doesn't really matter. We're making so much money. No. UK was the one where you start with no money. Northwest US is the one where you don't have any.
And me. But you are proving
Northwest
me wrong.
is the one where you
don't do that, by the way.
can only use so many
What I'm
shelters.
trying to say is you're an alpha too. Respect.
It's the carnivore only one. So not only do you have to use basically just carnivores, but you have a limited number of shelters that you can use. All right, let's get these configured real fast, because I'm guessing that these will give us some pretty good money as well. Yeah, see, 8,000. It should jump. It should be at 30,000 for a fully decked out one. That's what you should be shooting for. Yeah, see, 31,000. Yep. Yeah, that one could be a little tough. If you go back to my previous live streams, I just redid that one. I think it was last week. If not last week, it was the week before. I just redid it again. And, yeah, I beat it in, like, 6 hours or something like that. So that was a pretty decent one. Starting to get it down a little bit. Finding a few extra tricks here and there. Successfully complete an expedition. Hey, times, you never know. Let's see here. Yeah, there's the 30,000. All right. So now our star rating should jump up a little bit more. Yeah, you're going through for all the unlocks. Well, eventually you'll have to go through Jurassic for the trophies. I think there's a few unlocks for Jurassic as well, but I can't remember. I know that obviously the trophies are attached to it, but I can't remember if there's very many unlocks for it or not. Fossil extraction complete. So Mosasaurus is at 77%. I guess what I can start to do here, since I'm just kind of standing by at this point anyways. That's just hard? Okay. Now I know there's some like random water in here somewhere. Couple spots on this map, there's like random little tiny puddles, and it makes you not be able to build. Somewhere. Yep, see, like right there was a tiny little puddle. There was a tiny little puddle. There's like a few of them just scattered around, and it gets in your way. Alright, so while we're waiting on our stuff to come back, what we can do is start to prepare our next enclosures here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So there's one Mosasaurus enclosure. Then we got 1. See? Told you. In water. Where? Yeah, tiny little puddle right there. 2, 3, 1, 2. So there's a second Mosasaurus enclosure. come on. Stinking game. Must have been one of my Struthies finally dying of old age. 2. Oh, jeez. I even went through here. It's like all these tiny little puddles in here. 3, 2. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3 mosasaur enclosures. So that should pretty much do it. Yeah, it depends on the game for me. Some games I'll take a look at the trophies and be like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to get that trophy, so I'm not even going to bother with all the rest. Yeah, it was this Struthie over here.
Heading to collect the asset.
Alright, let's take a look. Almost there on the Mosasaurus. Okay.
Transportation underway.
Doing something productive. What is being productive? Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Missing fish? Why are... What? What the crap you talking about? Missing fish. There's freaking 2 fish feeders right there. Do you write for like a newspaper or you know, like online websites, or how does that work? Or are you like a freelance writer or something like that? I guess that is another option too. Oh, you write novels. Okay, cool. That's pretty neat. Awesome. Well, I'll definitely have to try to check that out once you publish your book. That'd be pretty neat. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm aware of the editing that goes into things. I mean, people don't realize for like YouTube just how much editing actually goes into to making videos. And I mean, and I even, you know, sometimes take shortcuts where I can. But yeah, I mean, when a new game comes out, for instance, and I'm going to be making videos on it, typically what I have to do is devote about the same amount of time to editing, if not more time to editing than to actually playing. Especially on like the first day or two where the game comes out. So like, if I decide to really like binge it, I will spend like 5 or 6 hours playing that day, and then I will spend 5 or 6 hours editing just to try to get the first like 2 or 3 videos ready. And then typically what ends up happening is I have to spend the next morning editing again to get caught up a little bit to where I'm at in game. So yeah, I mean, it's most of the time it ends up being more time spent editing than actually playing the game. When you're doing actual like Let's Play series. Alright, so let's see here. And then this one's not quite powered, so let's go ahead and hit this one up. But yeah, I do enjoy editing videos though. There is something relaxing about being able to sit here and, you know, kind of watch back the footage of you playing before, and a lot of times when you're editing while still actively playing through a game, a lot of times you'll end up being able to go back and see like the things that you missed the first time, things that you might not have like picked up on. So it does help sometimes. What is a danger right now? How the heck did this get out?
Asset requiring collection.
I think a Struthy glitched through the fence. They do occasionally do that. Alright, so our research is done on the mosasaur. So now it's going to be a matter of actually starting to get these things going. So we need a lagoon hatchery on each and every one of these. And of course, I made it difficult on myself by obstructing all of these. No, I've seen it happen before. They what they end up doing is they glitch through the wall. Like, they'll just be kind of, like, walking up against it, and all of a sudden they'll get, like, stuck on it. And then next thing you know, they just, like, morph through it. I've seen it happen a couple times. Go. Start to get all these built.
Asset transportation underway.
And then we'll just start filling in these enclosures. And by the time we end up with all of these
Delivery has been completed.